Hello all, good evening everyone. Am I audible? Yeah, good evening, good evening. Uh, just give me a second. Yeah, I see many of them present, many of them are live. So good evening everyone. I'm very happy to have such a discussion with you all on how do we proceed in this in preparing of your UPSC examination, right? So how to prepare for your IS examination? Yeah, good evening everyone. Right, am I audible clearly, very clearly? Okay, so I hope everybody is comfortable in English, right? Everybody is comfortable in English, and I will try to add some kind of, both the languages over here so that everything is clear to you all. Now, starting with how to prepare for the IS examination, right? Now, we should understand that for preparing for IS examination, it's just not a kind of a thing that we just thought of and we are just there, right? So we need a kind of preparation that would be helpful in covering not only the preliminary exam but also the main and the interview examination, right? So everybody knows about what kind of thing we are moving into, right? So how to prepare for the IS examination, and we also have many college students with us who are live, right? One of the college student, we have Acharya Narendra Dev college students with us today, right? And many of the yes. So why do we want to become an IS officer, or why do we want to crack the UPSC examination, right? So there are a lot of prospects, right? So everybody has a dream. So some might be have seen an IS officer, some might have seen an IPS officer, and we have the dream that yes, we want to become that way, right? So this is one of the motivation that brings us to the table, and that is when we start to prepare. Yes, Acharya Narendra Dev, historical figure in front of us, right? Acharya Narendra Dev, college students. So, yeah, so there are many things, right, as to why we start preparing for UPSC and IS officer, right? So, there are what we call in our terms as the prospects as to why we study and why we want to become an IS officer, right? First is you get to know the All India services. So it's an All India service exam posting you get, and you while you prepare, you also know about a lot of culture, a lot of significant aspects about India, right? And this is when the All India service comes into picture. So when you join the Indian administrative services, not only the kind of role, the kind of position you get, so that the administration you are there to work in the administration. So an all India services is what you get after joining the Indian administrative services. Second is the job security and the salary prospects that are attached to that. The fourth and the foremost important thing is the kind of respect you get after joining the Indian administrative service, the Indian police service, and different services with respect to the UPSC exam. Now, how about what is true regarding this examination, right? So you when you are about to give this UPSC examination, right? The notification is put up by the UPSC, that is the Union Public Service Commission. It's a constitutional body, right? And after the notification is out, you get to know about the time of the examination, the date is clear, right? Now, but what about the exam? What is the pattern of the exam? So let us first talk about the pattern of this examination, that is UPSC, right? So pattern of the examination. Yeah. So about the pattern of the examination, so this exam happens in 3 levels. That is the prelims, that is first is the preliminary exam, second is the main examination, and third is the personality test, or you can call it as the interview level. Now, the first examination we will be talking first here, the preliminary examination, right? So when we talk about the prelim exam, right, it has 2 papers. The preliminary exam has 2 papers. One, the first paper 1 is of the general studies, right? It is of general studies. It has 100 questions of objective type. 100 questions of objective type, each carries 2 marks. So in overall, it is of 200 marks, right? And there is 1/3 of negative marking for each wrong answer, right? So this is the pattern of the examination, right? And this marks, ये जो marks है examination, that is of paper 1, that are the one that are counted in the examination. यानी कि जो paper 2 है, paper 2, that is of GS, which consider of CSAT paper, which is a CSAT examination paper. It is also of 200 marks, but the number of questions over here are 80 questions, which is of 2.5 marks each. 2.5 marks each, right? So this paper, that is the paper of CSAT, it is of qualifying nature. That is, you just need to score 1/3 of the total marks. 1/3 of the total marks. That is 67 marks you need to score in the paper 2 to qualify, right? We will come to discussion about what is the syllabus of this paper 1 and paper 2. But this is the pattern of the examination of preliminary exam. Yes, good evening everyone. Yeah. So general studies paper 1, as we have discussed, it is of 200 marks and it consists of 100 questions, and this is the paper that is taken for consideration for your qualifying of the preliminary exam. This इसके जो marks है, that determines कि आप qualify हो रहे हो या नहीं. See, and in paper 2 you have to score a minimum of 67 marks. So that you are eligible that paper 1 आपका check हो, right? अगर paper 2 में 67 marks नहीं है, तो there is this paper 1 will not be into consideration, and paper 1 is the marks which will be considered for your passing marks, that is the qualifying marks. ठीक है? Now let us move on to what is the syllabus of paper 1 and paper 2. Now, does UPSC give the syllabus of paper 1? The answer is yes. So in the UPSC notification, the syllabus is very nicely mentioned. The syllabus of paper 1, paper 2 is quite nicely mentioned. So when you talk about GES paper 1, so we will talk about the consideration of the subjects which are included in paper 1. So the subjects that are included are history, polity, economy, history, polity, economy, you have geography, science and technology, science and technology, you have environment and ecology, then you have current affairs. But are the subject mentioned in this way? The answer is no, right? The answer is no. These are mentioned in the various forms: history of India and Indian national movement. This is the type of subjects they have mentioned in the UPSC syllabus, that is the UPSC notification. So we interfere that history of India. So if you the notification को अगर हम देखते हैं, history of India and Indian national movement. So this is the line that is being mentioned in the preliminary syllabus for history. Now what do we infer from this syllabus, right? So this is where our role of coach, the mentor, the guide comes into picture as to how do we interpret this topic, right? Because only 8 topics have been mentioned in the syllabus, right? And how to infer this, right? And how to decode this subject is where we come into picture. Now, history of India, this consists of art and culture. This consists of ancient India. This consists of medieval India. And this consists of modern India. So this way we can decode this subject of history over here, right? And similarly the polity, economy, geography, science and tech, environment, ecology, and your current affairs, this can be decoded in the same way. But yes, if you talk about overall the number of subjects that are there, so these are the subjects that are covered in your UPSC preliminary examination. Now, what about the weightage? What about the weightage of each? Yeah, what about the weightage? So if you analyze that, normally current affairs has a lot of portion which is overlapping with environment, ecology, which is overlapping with even the art and culture, with geography, science and tech. So everybody, right, each and every, even in polity, economy. So yes, you cannot directly differentiate as to number of marks that have been arriving from each and everyone, but an overall analysis shows that each subject normally goes from 15 to 20 percentage. This is an overall analysis. So how do we deal with certain subjects that we will be looking afterwards? But first, let us look into the syllabus for general studies paper 2. In prelims paper 2, that is CSAT exam, CSAT. So what is the subjects we have? We have logical reasoning in this paper. We have English comprehension. We have numericals, algebra, numericals, geometry, so mathematics. So maths is also there in this. So logical reasoning. So these are the type of topics which are included in the CSAT paper 1. And here the minimum marks you need to score is 67 marks. Yeah, from the last 2-3 years, this paper, we may think that this paper is very easy, just we need to score 67 marks. But from the last 2-3 years, the deeping number in the cutoff, overall cutoff I am talking about, is right from 2016. If you see 2016 to 2021, in general category, right from 116 to come down of 97, 98, right? So this deep in the cutoff is not only due to the toughness in general studies paper 1, but also the toughness, right? The toughness in this paper has been increasing, which the logical reasoning, so CSAT paper 2, that is general studies in prelims paper 2, this has been increasing. So it is now a challenge in front of everyone even to score the 67 marks, right? So out of this 80 questions, the net 27 questions are also now becoming difficult for students. So we cannot neglect this paper just as we can just score easily in this. So this is about the paper 1 and paper 2. Now let us understand. Now once the so around 10 lakhs application, that is an average that the people sit for the examination. So out of this, it is understood that nearly 75% of the people, they appear for the prelims examination. So even if you take that 6 to 7 lakhs of the people that appear in this examination, around out of that nearly 10,000 to 11,000, right? This many people qualify for your main examination. Now the marks you achieve in the paper, in the prelim examination, they are not carry forward, they are just for qualifying the prelims exam. Now let us understand in the main examination how is the structure of the exam. So main examination, ये जो main exam है उसका structure के लिए we have overall 9 papers. Now the general studies, we have 4 papers, right? So we have paper 1, paper 2, paper 3 and paper 4. So this is the first part. Second, we have one essay paper. Then we have one optional that you need to choose from among different optionals. There are 2 paper of optional, paper 1 and paper 2, right? So these are the 7 papers which are considered for your overall main examination, right? Whose marks are considered. I am talking about the marks which are considered. Now each of this paper, ये जो है ये 250 मार्क्स का होता है, 250 marks each, right? So 250 into 7, this is 1750. So these are the marks that are considered for your UPSC main examination. Yes, Abhijit, you are correct. Your expressions do tell me that you are very excited too about this 7 papers. Not an issue. So here comes our role, where we have designed whole course, our foundation courses, our weekend courses in such a way that you do not need to worry about this 1750 marks, right? You just need to focus on the structure of the course. So this 250 marks का जो paper होता है, that you need to cover in 180 minutes, that is 3 hours. 180 minutes per paper I am talking here, 180 minutes for each paper per paper, or you can write equals to 3 hours. So 3 hours you get to solve each paper, that is paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, one essay paper and both the optionals, right? Yeah, so this is about the papers. We will come as to what is the syllabus of paper 1, paper 2, the essay, the optionals. Now, so I told you that we have 9 papers. So these are only 7 papers. What about the rest 2? Rest 2 papers are your language paper. Language paper. Paper A, that is of English language, right? It is of 300 marks. 300 marks. And that is also to be covered in 3 hours. But these marks are not considered for your final consideration, right? ये जो 300 marks है, you need to score 25% of this, that is 75 marks you need to score to qualify this paper. Similarly, you have another language paper that is for your, whichever you choose, your mother tongue, right? Mother tongue language. Mother tongue language is the paper you need to qualify. Here also similar pattern, 300 marks, 3 hours, and 75 marks ka you need to qualify in this. Okay. Now these are also given consideration. If you are not passing this, if you are not qualifying this, your rest of the papers won't be evaluated. Maybe they may be evaluated, but they will not tell you anything about what kind of marks you are getting. Okay. This will be this will not be disclosed anywhere. Okay. All exam conducted in a day. It cannot be conducted in a day, Ashish, because if you consider this 7 and 9, you know, this 9 papers, 9 into 9 into 3 is 27. So 27 hours is exceeding your 24 hours. So it cannot be conducted in a day. I will also tell you about the process as to how does the examination occur and how do we feel during the examination. So this is the structure, right? 7 papers जिसके marks consider होते हैं. Yeah, when is the language? It is conducted during the same time. I will tell you. So this is the GS paper. 4 GS paper होते हैं, 1 essay paper, 2 optional papers, each of 250 marks, where everything is consideration, right? 250 marks for each, that is 1000 for GS, 250 for essay, and 500 for your optional papers. So that makes around 1750 marks overall. So इसमें से आपको consider करते हैं, right? Now let us consider each paper by paper. How does, now in language paper, right, in your language paper, so how does this, so first day, right, your essay paper happens. So the structure is this way. It may differ year by year, right? Structure of the examination कि day 1 में 2 papers, paper 1, paper 2, right? Normally essay paper जो होता है, essay paper is your first paper. So day 1 essay paper, day 2 it may be general studies 1 plus GS paper 2. So 2 papers in a day, 9 to 12 and 2 to 5 in a day you have to write this. Day 3, you may have GS 3 plus GS paper 4. Same timing, right? On day 4 and 5, you will have optional paper 1 plus optional paper 2. And on day 5th, you will have language paper 1 plus language paper 2. Yeah, it may also happen that this language paper may be on day 2. Okay, it depends on the schedule as to, sir, I want to join test series and mock test. Okay, yeah, please do contact the team. The team will also get in contact with you, Jefford. Sir, is it easy to cover an exam of 250 marks in 3 hours? So we have to make our speed from start. Very nice question. I will also come to that. Simarpreet, I will also come to that. So this is the structure, right? So schedule may differ, but yes, in a day आपको ये पेपर तो होते ही है. एसए का एक दिन में होता है, जीएस के 2 पेपर एक दिन में, 3 and 4 दोनों पेपर एक दिन में, ऑप्शनल के दोनों पेपर एक दिन में, लैंग्वेज के दोनों पेपर एक दिन में. ठीक है. नाउ कमिंग टू द लैंग्वेज पेपर. लैंग्वेज पेपर फर्स्ट English of 300 marks, qualifying nature 75 marks. English is the one who are pretty, have been into English writing, English speaking, and quite reading English books. Not a very big issue to qualify this paper. Why? Because you are in touch of the English. So what are the content of the examination? So you have comprehensions. Comprehension देख के आपको आंसर करना होता है. There are some paragraphs. You have to answer that in writing. That is not an objective. This is all about writing. You also have to write an essay. Right? You also have to write about a grammar. A precise writing is also there. Then at times you also have 1/3. Right? So this is the paper 1 of English. English is the compulsory paper. Abhijit is asking, sir, मैं बंगाली में क्या दे सकता हूँ इस एग्जाम को? Yes, I will be coming to that. So this paper you have to give in English. Second is about your language paper. Second language paper, right? Similarly, second language paper, whatever you choose, right? Whatever you choose from the language paper, many options are given in that, right? Language paper. Here also the same. आपको paragraphs होते हैं, right? Through paragraphs you have to answer the questions. There are grammatical grammars that are sir, tell about current affairs sources. Yes, current affairs sources, resources also we will be speaking here. We will be talking about everything. So paragraphs, from the paragraphs you come to the answers, right? Paragraph से कैसे answers निकालते हैं, that you need to write. We then have the grammar, the pre-say writing. So such type of questions are there in the examination, right? So here also you need to score the 75 marks over there. ठीक है. Yeah. Now let us come to your so essay. Now essay, for essay you get 250 marks and 180 minutes. 180 minutes. So this is sufficient. In that you have to write two essays जो कि 1250 words के around है, right? 1200 words. Normally it's 1200 words. So two essay of 1200 words each. Not a very big issue. Why? Because normally if you consider the writing speed of a human being who is good in writing, it's around 40 words per minute. 40 words per minute. इतना होता है. चलो आप सोच के लिखो, right? Even if you're thinking you're slow in writing, it would be coming down to 30 words. Even if you are thinking more, चलो बहुत सोच रहे हो आप, तो भी 20 वर्ड्स तो लिख सकते हो. यू कैन राइट 20 वर्ड्स पर मिनट, right? So 20 words, if you have to write 1200 words, right? So it will take you around 30 minutes. So you get more, so sorry, 60 minutes it will take. So 1 hour for each essay to write. So still you have 1 hour. So that 1 hour you can use for ideation. 1 hour for ideation, यानी कि स्ट्रक्चरिंग. आप स्ट्रक्चरिंग के लिए वो यूज कर सकते हो. 1 hour for structuring, 1 hour. So why? Because we have jotted down to 20 words per minute and still we are able to take some time out of it. The one question that was asked, I guess by Simarpreet, was regarding this only. क्या हम 3 घंटे में ये सब कवर कर सकते हैं? The answer is yes. क्यों नहीं कर सकते? So yeah, so this was about essay. Now let us come to GS paper 1. Yeah, so let us come to GS paper 1. So GS paper 1 has, the topics are given in your UPSC syllabus in detail as to what you have to cover in history, in geography, in society. So the subjects I will be mentioning over here. So GS1 consists of history, it consists of geography, it consists of society. Broadly, I am dividing this into the 3 subjects, right? Now, history, it has art and culture, it had Indian freedom struggle, it has post-independence India, it has world history. A lot of topics have been given over there. World history, elaborately topics have been mentioned over there. Then geography, you have Indian geography, you have world geography, you have human geography, and you have physical geography. In society, you have the aspects of urbanization, the issues related to women, globalization, regionalism. So, and many other aspects have been mentioned precisely. बहुत अच्छे से UPSC notification में the syllabus is given, right? So this 20 topics have been given. Now what about the exam? Examination mein how are the questions they are asking? Is it directly related to that? At times yes, at times no. At times yes, at times no. So if you go to the examination, 20 questions they are asking. So this is the format they have. They are restructuring every year. In last 2 years, 10 questions of 10 marks each and 10 questions of 15 marks each. So that makes around 100 plus 150, that is 250 marks. Right, 250 marks. This is the division of the paper. Right, understood everybody? Now this is the format for every paper. GS1, GS2, GS3 and GS3. GS4 के लिए अलग है. Now let us talk about, how do we come to the aspect, right? So if you take a 10 marker question, it is expected, it is given there that आपको ये 150 words में लिखना है. 150 words. So how do we write? Here comes our role again, the role of a coach, role of a mentor. So what we tell our aspirants, what we tell our students here, कि आपको अगर 150 words लिखना है, 10 मार्क्स के लिए, राइट. सो ओवरऑल आपको 250 मार्क्स के लिए you are getting 180 minutes, right? 180 minutes. So by equating this, for 250, for 25 marks you are getting 18 minutes, right? So a 10 marker plus a 15 marker should be covered in 8 minutes, right? So that you can tell in 7 plus 11 minutes. So normally 10 marks के लिए you are getting 7 minutes. Now for 10 marker you have 150 words to write. अगर हमारा speed, if our speed is even 30 words per minute, then we can write this answer in 5 minutes, right? So this is what we do in here in answer writing skills. Developing your answer writing skills is this way. जब आपको पता है कि 5 मिनट में I can write the answer, I will give the 2 minutes or at least 1 minute for ideation, for structuring the answer. And this is how you need to, you can manage your answer writing in your examination. आप examination में ऐसे manage कर सकते हो, right? So this was about GS paper 1. Now what about GS paper 2? Yeah, so GS paper 2, what is the syllabus? Syllabus is polity of polity, then you have governance, social justice, and international relations, This is the syllabus for paper 2. Now, sir, in graduation, how we start to prepare? Yes, हम लोग आएंगे कैसे prepare करेंगे. First, we will understand the syllabus. First, we will understand the nature of paper, the nature of examination. Right. Then paper 3, GS paper 3. It consists of Indian economy, it consists of agriculture, food processing industries, environment, disaster management, internal security, and science and technology, Science and technology. So these are the subparts of right? So these are the topics which we cover in the general studies paper 3, right? Now general studies paper 4. So what is general studies paper 4? So GS paper 4 is designed in a different way, right? It has theoretical parts as well as your case study parts. So this is the paper of ethics, integrity, aptitude, of about all these things. ठीक है. So this paper is about this. इसमें first your half paper of around 120 marks will be of theory, and the 130 marks will be of case studies. So some case studies will be given to you. For example, if you are an IS officer of a particular district and some of the incident is happening in the place, so how you will be dealing with that certain condition during that time, this is something that is asked in this case studies. So you need to evaluate other various options in this case studies and come to a certain conclusion, right? So this way this GS paper 4 is designed. Now regarding your optionals, yeah, regarding your optionals, so there are many optionals that are available to you. The level of this optionals that you choose is more than your graduation level and lesser than your post graduation level. Okay, so this is the level of optionals that questions that they are asking. Syllabus, is the syllabus given in the UPSC notification? Yes, it is mentioned properly, right? We have 2 papers for each optional, so each optional ka paper 1 and paper 2, both the syllabus have been mentioned in here. Now the question comes as to how do we choose our optional. So optional choosing requires something that is known as your interest, right? कि आपका किस टॉपिक में, किस सब्जेक्ट में you have interest. Why? Because you have to write 250 marks of each paper, right? 250 marks of each paper, that is 500 marks का आपको लिखना है. So you need to be very well, have some kind of interest in this. Second, is the topic is the paper scoring or not? And why? When it will be scoring? When you will have the resource, the material and a proper guide that you are available. Now we always say that yeah, geography as one of the safest and one of the most scoring optionals. Why? Because not only the engineering students, right, because of the technicality, some of the technicalities, the scientific nature of this subject of geography, that is due to its scientific nature, due to also one touch of human geography, that is also available in here. So that is why geography, which is taken by Shabir sir over here, is one of the most suitable optionals, and you can also go for rest of the optionals too. But you need to understand the guide in the optional is very, very important. A coach is very important, right? Now somebody is now what about the language of these papers, right? Language, in which language can you give? You can choose the language which you want to give in your general studies, right? General studies, you have an option of giving it whether in English or whether it is in your mother tongue, other language. Even in optionals you can give the language you prefer. Okay, so language is not a barrier. Even in the interviews you have an option to choose a language, right? If you're not comfortable in English, you can tell that you are not comfortable in English and you can choose a language of your own. So this is about the language. Now after you give the paper of main examination, you qualify. When do we qualify? 750 marks. In 1750 marks, they prepare a list. That is a merit list they are preparing. Now that will include all the category, segregation and everything. Usme se around nearly 2000 people do get a call for the interviews. Right? And whatever marks you are scoring from this 1750, it will be considered in your interview as well. So interview, which is of 275 marks, right? 275 marks. Out of this, whatever score, so this maybe you are getting a score as X over here, right? and here you are getting a score y. So your total will be calculated as x plus y. So this, the available score over here plus this score, they all will be calculated for your final merit list. Okay, so this is about the exam, the syllabus, the paper. And about interview, yes, interview, there are 5 people, they are sitting in the interview panel, right? They normally 5 people hote hain. So a question ranging from your how your childhood education was happening, the interest of your subject, the optional you have chosen, the kind of life you have chosen over your graduation, as to why and when, and regarding the current issues that are going around, right? Your interview questions are focused on all these areas, because they are not only they do not check your content of your delivery, but they are checking your mental aptitude over there. Because the syllabus of interview, instead of syllabus, you can call on what qualities they are checking you is mentioned in the UPSC interview notification. Notification mein they have precisely given as to what are the qualities they are checking. Mental alertness, right? The idea of decision making. So these are some of the qualities they are checking over there. Now, when we understand this syllabus, we come to know that, you know, ये जो 9 papers है, 9 papers in your main examination, 2 paper in your GS paper, the interview, how do we manage this? How do we manage this? इसका तो पढ़ना पड़ेगा इतना, right? So here comes our role of a coach. One, to make sure you do not go into any kind of hectic, right? Second is to make your preparation with ease, so that the decoding of the examination is very important. Now, what do we mean by decoding? So decoding not only means कि subjects के जो topics हैं, right, that you need to tell, yes, this topic means this. It also means what is the importance that is given to the topic. इसका जो importance है, what is the level of importance of this topic. ऐसा नहीं होना, like there are few topics which have a high weightage in your preparation, so that needs to be dealt in a very different way. For example, the post-independence India, right? So only a line, so post-independence India, a line is mentioned, but what about it? What about it, right? So we are here to decode this, to make you tell you that yes, the analysis is this way, the current issues are this, and the level of questions is hard or difficult or easy. What are the areas you need to focus? What is the time you should be giving to each and every subject, to each and every topic? So we are here for making your preparation with ease. Now, optionals, as we have discussed, there are many optionals, but you need to choose this optional very carefully, because not only your 2 papers, but your orientation of the essay will also be dependent on your optionals. Why? Because when you write the essay, we are mostly oriented through our optionals. So that is why it is of utmost importance that you choose your optionals very, very cleverly, smartly. Approaching general studies, so how do we approach? You know, we have 4 GS papers. How do we approach this general studies? So first and foremost important thing is plan your preparation. Now we know that, you know, when is our preliminary exam, when is our main exam, right? So there are few dates which you need to mark in your timetable, maybe say, right? So planning is very, very important. What do you mean by planning? Is also dividing the subjects into the number of hours you need to put, dividing the subjects into different themes, and also planning as to what is the weightage that you need to give to each and every theme. So this is about planning. So you need to plan first. then you need to make a timetable and follow the timetable rigorously as to how, for example, history. History has 4 important topics: art and culture. You have ancient India. You have medieval India. And you have modern India. Now, planning means, yes, I will finish ancient first, then medieval first, then I will read about art and culture, then modern India. This is about planning. Now, the timetable means I will allocate my 10 days to reading of NCERTs plus your class notes, right? Along with my lectures which are going in the class, right? So this is about your planning. And similarly, it is for the main and prelims examination. And finally, it all get down to this practice. In the examination hall, you need to write this 9 papers, and in the preliminary 2 papers. So what is foremost important thing? The temperament. So it all get down to this temperament. And so when we talk about the exam, so temperament is something. Now how do? We make this easy with our practice. So practice answer writing, and practicing MCQs which is all available on our platform of Edukemy, right? So answer writing, MCQs is very, very important for when you talk about your practice, right? Now optional, how do we start preparing for your optional or even general studies, right? Even general studies. Now first thing very important is the previous year questions. So make a list of all the previous year questions of the last 20 years, even 25 years you can make, right? Understand, take the syllabus besides this. Mark the important themes on priority basis. This is the important theme that every year a question on this have been asking, or at least this is asking. Then you understand that yes, this is one of the priority area which I need to focus. And you also understand the depth of the question they are asking, the depth. Then you read the class notes, right? You do the lecture, and then you make your notes, and then you practice. So this is the way you need to understand. Sir, how to manage with timetable along with the coaching? That is why the role of a coach is there, right? We do make sure that your timetable, we are suiting your timetable, right? We are suiting your timetable. We give a plan over here. You do not have to worry about making a different kind of a timetable when a role of a coach is there. And if you're talking about your individual level, see, first thing is about understanding. The class is very important from understanding the perspective of your concepts. जिसे बोलते हैं concepts. Once the concepts are understood, so go along with the class, because we have designed the course in such a way that all the concepts, all the facts, they are covered in the classroom as well, right? Yes, the addition readings, you need to make that in your plan. So this is how you can manage your timetable according to the class. Now NCERT forms a very, very important foundation in creating your base for UPSC, right? NCERTs. So here we have a bridge course, right? And NCERT bridge course of Edukemy. So what we have done is, for example, there are 11 NCERTs, right? 11 NCERTs of history only. And similar way, if geography also, there are like 7 to 8 NCERTs, 7 to 8 of geography. Now, how do we manage that if we are reading each and every NCERT, right? Once we will read, what about revision? So here in the bridge course, what we have done, we have aligned, here is the syllabus for UPSC. This is the syllabus of that is given in the notification, and here is the chapter of NCERT. Chapter of NCERT, मान लो 8th NCERT chapter 7th, 9th NCERT chapter 8th, 10th NCERT chapter 2nd, 11th NCERT, 12th NCERT chapter 3, 4, 5. So this we will be covering in a single lecture, not not considering that this is a different NCERT. ये जो हमारा पूरा lecture है, the whole lecture will cover a particular theme which will be covering this particular chapters of different NCERTs. So in a way आपका वो NCERT भी cover हो रहा है when we are covering this whole theme into picture, right? So this way the bridge course of Edukemy works. And yes, and you should understand that if you read the NCERTs, it is the base, it is the foundation of all the UPSC examination. Why? Because it is the thing which is available in whole of India, where resources have been at times there is a kind of a differences in the resources reaching at certain places. Yeah. Now reading newspapers. So newspapers, whether it is the Hindu, Indian Express, the Mint, Live Mint, Business Line, Hindustan Times. So these are many newspapers from where PIB is there, government magazines are there, all these newspapers are there. So how do we analyze this newspaper, or how do we make? See, our note making process should include your notes making process. For example, you are following a newsletter or a particular newspaper, right? Read the newspaper, whatever important you are finding with respect to the syllabus of UPSC, है ना? UPSC का syllabus है, you have GS paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, optional paper 1, optional paper 2 syllabus besides you. Starting में time लगता है, but once you are getting yes, that is your question, how to cover current affairs along with GS studies. That is what I am telling. Okay, you have the syllabus, you are reading something, right? For example, the Russia-Ukraine issue. You know that in the GS syllabus 2, you have a topic that is impact of the developed and developing nations on India. So, इनका जो issue है, for example, medical students, they are returning back. उनके एजुकेशन कैसे हो, right? That is an issue that is going on. So you can write that, right? Medical student issue, GS paper 2. You can write even the subtopics over here. So when you are revising, you understand कि हाँ यहाँ पे important है, this is important, and leave some space over here. So whenever you are getting good article of this, you can write about this. Now, a best way to do is follow the Gazette of Edukemy, right? Why? Because we have a very good team who works on this different articles from different newspapers, the government magazines, the government websites. Each and every day they are working on this, and what we make is we make a good article published over here. That is known as the Gazette of Edukemy, where every day we are covering right, every day we are covering this whole of current affairs in a very precise and lucid manner. Current affairs. Not only that, every day at 6:15, yeah, 6 o'clock, 6:15, we have this current issues that is live taken by our faculty over here, right? So very good, nicely covered. This Gazette is wholly covered through YouTube, through our YouTube channel, right? So do over there. Why? Because why I am suggesting you this is the linkages. बस करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ के इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होता है. यू डू हैव टू लिंक दिस टॉपिक विद द जीएस सिलेबस. कहाँ पे, see what you understand what is smart work, right? So smart work तभी होता है, it will suffice if we cover only monthly magazine. See, instead of monthly magazine, we are working here on the daily current affairs magazine, right? If even if you are reading that, even if you are following that, that would be sufficing. I am not sure about the monthly magazine kind of a thing, but yes, daily current affairs. Why? Because you are currently going along with the flow of what is going around you. You need to be in the current. That is why it is called current affairs, right? It is not something as कि हाँ भाई कुछ तो हुआ है अभी एक साथ पढ़ लो, right? Yeah, if you have a time issue, you can go on a monthly basis also. So this is about the current affairs. Now current affairs also you need to make some notes. Current affairs ka bhi notes, as I have told you that one of the ways in which you can make notes is, this is the page, leave this 1/4 of the page you can leave on the side margin, and here you can write about the issue 1, whatever the news is there, and what is the critical analysis, right? What is the critical analysis you have of this particular topic? You write it over here, right? And make sure you are aligning it with your syllabus. This is about notes making. And why notes making is important? देखो, GS paper 1 happens from 9 to 12 in the morning. GS paper 2 होता है आपका 2 to 5. So what you do in this 2 hours? You cannot go with all your books and stuff, right? So this comes into picture. Notes. एक notes है, fast you can revise it over here, right? Also, you do not need to go into all the explanation, is or the or is or are. You can make your own notes. Notes can be in any form. This is one way. You can have a brainstorming technique that has a round system. This is, for example, you can write here that Russia Ukraine issue, right? Write the background, 2014, 2022, right? What is the issue going on? Impact on India. This is the impact on India, impact on world. Will the World War III start, right? So what is about the Atlantic Charter? So this kind of notes, एक इसमें पूरा आपने पूरा कवर कर लिया. Yeah, and finally it's about practice, everything, because in the examination hall what matters to you will be this practice. The more you practice, the more you will get perfect. For this we have our MCQ portal, right? There you can practice right there you can practice the MCQs. We have the Top Gear test series we have, so that you can practice over there, right? Not only the prelims test series, we also have the main examination test series, and along with that you also get some mentors. Why? Because that is help how to tackle huge bundle of notes. Do not make all the notes जो आपको पता है. See, for example, if I have to make a note of Gandhi, right? गांधी के बारे में अगर मुझे notes बनाना है, तो I will not write where he was born, when he was born, he went to South Africa. No, because these are something I already know, and I can tell others also. I can write in the exam what I forgot. Yes, in the Satyagraha which he was doing in the Rowlatt 1919 के खिलाफत से पहले, he formed a Satyagraha Sabha. This is something I always forget. Satyagraha Sabha 1919 में, right? 1919 he formed this Satyagraha Sabha. So this is not, I do not, I forget this. So I will make notes only of this. Why? Because in note should be something that helps you in recollecting the facts which you can forget or which are difficult to remember, right? जो normal होते हैं normal चीजों में, you do not write that is the, I is the, These words you do not write in the notes. That is when your notes will become shorter and shorter. That is why they are called as notes. Okay, and about Edukemy's test series. Yeah, now let us talk about Edukemy. Edukemy here, we have over here GS Foundation, GS Weekend Batch. Why? GS Foundation Batch, GS Weekend Batch, where all the subjects for your general studies are covered in a very lucid manner. Not only you get live classes, we have recordings as well, as which you can see afterwards, so that even if a topic is missed, you can watch it afterwards. Along with that, you get class notes. And the beautiful thing about our Edukemy is you also get the class summaries, right? Not only the summaries which are written by the class students, but also our class coordinators, they are helping you out, right? The class, that is why the class notes are there. Pooja Mishra is asking that what if we are forgetting what we are seeing, right? We watch it, we forget it. So this is why the class summaries are there. Just you go through it again and again at the end of the day or before starting the next class, and that is when your notes, this class summaries helps you. And then you make again summary of summaries. During guidance, they used to write down all the points in asking for that. How to tackle? I do not get the question. Preeti is asking, right, during guidance used to write a lot. She is asking that she used to take down a large notes and how to make it short. Make it short, yes, that is the way. Whatever you need, see, at start you will find that you are writing a lot of too much, but try to make sure that try telling someone what you are writing. And if you're forgetting one thing, that is something you need to write. Yes, for along with your college, someone is asking how to start prepare with your college studies. See, this is where we are here. We have the GS Weekend Batch over here, the NCERT Bridge Batch, where you can join our batch, and at the end of the day you can watch this, so that it will not only ease your preparation level, but also you will understand what track of studies you need to maintain over here. Okay, so making a track, why an organized form of study is any time helpful. It will save your lot of time, ठीक है, कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स के लिए that is what we are bringing over here, the weekend batch. Weekend batches है. We also have the mentors who are there, which will help you plan your studies. When we attend a lecture of history, they used to mention all the points. Do we need to write down at all the time? Do we need to write all the points? The question is that. And afterwards make summary of that. See, facts do not need to write all the facts. Concepts you need to write. Simarpreet sir, a large number of people do hard work and appear for prelims exam. So why only a few? What major mistakes while see the major? Yeah, first let me explain. So we also have geography optional, test series, mentorship, YouTube videos, and the gazette that is there. You can take the help of all of this. Now the question of this is that so many people appear. That is what competition is, right? Here comes the element of competition. And what we need? Mistakes. First, planning में fail होते हैं बहुत लोग. Second is about, even in the plan, it is not a proper plan. Plan बनाने के लिए कोई भी बना देता है, right? But proper planning is very important. And second is optimized plan. Optimized plan in this timeline is very, very important. And the foremost important is इसका implementation. And that is when That is where the need of a guide or your coach comes into picture, and that is when we have the main thing as Edukemy over here. Can you provide us with a plan so that we can follow it accordingly? Help us how to chalk out a plan, how to start specific subject. Yes, I can give you a certain plan. Let us talk about history only, right? History, for example. Yeah. History, let us take plan for a subject called as modern Indian history, right? Modern Indian history, इसके लिए plan बनाते हैं, right? So how do we make a plan of modern Indian history? I know that this subject is used for both. Yeah, I know that I have to cover this for both prelims as well as main examination. First thing I would be going is previous year question, both prelims as well as mains. I will be seeing that. I will analyze it. I will jot down the particular themes which are important. I will take down the resources which are there with me, which cover this modern Indian history. Which are the resources? One is NCERT, second is our class notes. NCERT, second is our class notes. Okay, if I do not have right now any class, what do? I take a reference book. Which is the reference book for modern Indian history? You have Snehil Tripaঠি's book, Modern Indian History, or Snehil Tripathi, or you can have even the spectrum over there. Now, you divide whole of this modern Indian history into certain themes, right? Certain themes which are important. Now, let us break down this modern Indian history into certain themes, right? So, what are the important themes? So, first thing, 18th century India. So I will be reading about this 18th century India. Second is your British in India. So unke wars, the rise of British in India, right? Then the policies of British in India. Policies of British in India. It will cover your social policy, your economic policy, administrative policy, education policy, everything, right? And also its impact on India. Then fourth, I will be covering about various uprisings, revolts. Then afterwards, your socio-religious reformers. Then the political structures, political organizations in India. Then I will be covering the beginning of Indian national movement. Then the Indian national movement. So this way I can break down it into different themes, and theme wise I can write it. Understood? So this way I can make the whole thematic approach to a given subject, even to a given topic, even to a subtopic we can make it, right? So this is about about UPSC, its preparation and everything, right? I hope you enjoyed this session. If you have anything you want to ask, we are welcome, right? You can reach anytime, anywhere to us. We have the number that is given to us. You can reach out to us on the website also, support@edukemy.com. and even at the given number you can reach us, right? I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope everything regarding your UPSC examination is clear to you all, right? So again, sir, according to you, is there any luck factor involved in it? Very nice question. See, 2-3 days before only, I was just watching a kind of a video series, and there I admire Harsha Bhogle a lot. And in that Harsha Bhogle, he said one of the very important thing, what is luck? And I actually, luck means preparation plus recognition. You need to prepare first, and you need to recognize what is your level of preparation. That is something called as luck. So as always said, the harder you try, the luckier you get. So this is about luck, what I believed in. Can we write prelims in mother tongue? No, you cannot write. Prelims is in English, and on the second page you have in Hindi, the translation is given. And prelims is about objective. Prelims में 4 options होते हैं. You just have to round the best answer. Sir, how to manage time with graduation? You can manage, see, after you can read current affairs, you can watch videos. Edukemy का जो हमारा ये होता है YouTube के current affairs, right? YouTube current affairs जो होता है, you can watch the videos anytime, right? So current affairs का no issues. Regarding our class lectures also 2 hours per day जो हमारा होता है, right? For general studies, you can also watch it after, between your intervals, after you finish your class at 5 o'clock. There you can watch it. And even on the weekends, batches there you can watch the videos. So with graduation, you can do it. If you are thinking of self-study, make a plan which involve at least 3 hours per day, which involves 1 hour different for current affairs. So please repeat how to make notes of any of the topic. A lot of see, notes making ये जो है, we have a YouTube video on YouTube which is precisely developed for how to make notes, how to make current affairs notes. Please do watch it, Prabhat. I'm not telling you. See, what we can do over here is, for making the notes for any of the topic. For example, if I read the topic of Gandhi, right? Gandhi, I will be making notes this way, है ना? I will be marking इसमें, I will be marking the timeline where he went. Second, I will be writing Gandhi year timeline plus events, right? Ideology I will be writing. Second thing, I will be writing about Gandhi and different organizations that he was part of. This way, right, Prabhat? Somebody is asking, sir, one question, which stream is most suitable for preparing UPSC? Can we also prepare well after taking non-medical? Yes, very easily you can prepare. Very easily non-medical. See, lot of social sciences topics, geography, history, that are also in demands in choosing your optional. Sir, when will GS class start? April, we are about to launch a batch, so please do join that batch in April. So thank you everybody over here. You can reach to us at edukemy.com, support@edukemy.com, and this number is available to you. Okay then, everybody, thank you. Had really a great time with you all, and do stay with us. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel also, so that you stay up to date with all the information and everything. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Had a nice time. Have a nice day ahead. Good night.